Everybody loves Goku, but no one can deny it. He's made some huge mistakes, some that almost destroyed the Earth. Today, we're taking a look at Goku's worst errors, bad decisions, and reckless actions throughout the entire Dragon Ball franchise. 1. Trusting his enemies. Way too much. One of the coolest things about Goku has always been his pure heart. Ever since he was a kid, he's never been able to see evil in people. Always innocent, always believing in the best in others. This purity gave him iconic moments. He could ride the flying Nimbus, something only those with a truly pure heart can do, and even his original Super Saiyan transformation was tied to that purity of spirit. But that same innocence, which seemed like an absolute virtue, ended up causing more problems than benefits. His desire to trust his enemies, give second chances, and look for a fair fight led Goku to make dangerous decisions that put his life, his friends, and even the entire planet at risk multiple times. He paid the price for this during the Cell games, when he gave Cell a Senzu Bean, a decision that directly contributed to his own death later on. And when he spared Frieza, the villain came back as a cyborg and returned to Earth, which could have cost the lives of everyone Goku cared about. Goku's innocence isn't really a danger to him, it's a danger to everyone around him. 2. Goku puts fighting above everyone's safety. Goku loves to fight, and that's no secret to anyone. But his love for battle often goes way beyond common sense. He isn't driven by a sense of duty to protect. He's driven by the excitement of facing someone strong, and that mindset has put the entire world at risk more than once. When he fought Vegeta for the first time, even after being completely beaten up, he insisted on continuing the fight just to test his limits, putting his own life and his friends' lives in danger. During the battle against Kid Buu, he refused safer methods because he wanted a fair, even fight. It's like, for Goku, the challenge matters more than the outcome. He protects Earth, sure, but always on his terms. And those terms usually involve ridiculous risks. This makes Goku one of the most selfish characters out there, because he's willing to sacrifice everything for the thrill of battle. 3. Ignoring warnings and pushing his body past its limits. Goku has never been good at respecting his own limits or listening to advice. When someone tells him, "This could kill you," he hears it more like, "This is going to be fun." The most famous example is his overuse of Kaioken. King Kai warned him dozens of times about the danger, but Goku completely ignored it and nearly destroyed his own body during the fight against Vegeta. In Dragon Ball Super, the pattern repeats. Goku forces Ultra Instinct even though he knows his body isn't ready. Every new transformation is a victory, but also proof that he doesn't care about the consequences, only about the potential to become stronger. 4. Emotional decisions that put the entire universe at risk. Goku's innocence doesn't just cause small problems. Sometimes it leads to outright catastrophes. One of the biggest examples is when he allows Zamasu to interact with him in the future without thinking about the consequences. That single moment helped create Goku Black, and the result was an entire future timeline completely wiped out. Goku never does these things out of malice. He simply acts on impulse, and most of the time, he doesn't realize the impact of his decisions until it's too late. The problem is that when you're one of the strongest beings in the multiverse, even a small mistake can cost everything. 5. Bringing Frieza back for the Tournament of Power. This might be the most controversial decision in the entire franchise. Goku brings back who is arguably the biggest genocidal villain in Dragon Ball just because he thought Frieza would be useful. Beerus, Whis, and even Goku's own allies are shocked by how reckless this is. Frieza has proven countless times that he's treacherous, cruel, and completely unpredictable. Someone who always finds a way to flip the situation in his favor. And even knowing all that, Goku gives him another chance to exist. Did it work out? Yes, but it could have gone terribly wrong. Not to mention that he brought back someone who is now stronger than both him and Vegeta combined. Black Frieza is probably the most powerful being in the universe right now. This is one of those moments where Goku thinks, relax, everything's gonna be fine. And the rest of the universe just watches in absolute panic. 6. Forcing Gohan to fight Cell. This mistake is almost unforgivable. Our spiky-haired hero was completely irresponsible. Goku gets genuine pleasure from fighting, and that's why he does so many reckless things just to experience a good battle. When Gohan was a kid, they were living through constant chaos, wars, brutal fights, and the young Gohan was forced to become a warrior and learn how to fight. When Goku realized Gohan had the potential to defeat Cell, he basically turned his own son into a test subject, throwing all the responsibility on his shoulders and letting him suffer on purpose so Gohan would awaken. But Goku never stopped to consider that his son didn't enjoy fighting the way he did, and that in reality, he was traumatizing his own child. 7. Exposing his kids to extreme situations. Goku is definitely not the best example of a responsible father. Ever since he was little, Gohan was thrown into extreme situations, deadly enemies, insane training routines, and responsibilities no child should ever have. And with Goten, the story isn't much different. Goku insists on training, fighting, and pushing limits with his kids, forgetting that they don't have the same battle-addicted mindset he does. It's not out of malice, it never is. It's a lack of awareness. Goku simply doesn't understand the impact his lifestyle has on his own family. 8. Being emotionally absent. Not every mistake involves punches and ki blasts. Sometimes Goku's biggest flaw is simply not being there. He left Chi-Chi to raise Gohan pretty much on her own. He sacrificed himself and chose not to return home just so he wouldn't cause trouble, completely ignoring how his family felt. And later in Dragon Ball Super, he spends long periods training on other planets as if disappearing from his kids' lives were totally normal. Goku is a hero on the battlefield, but emotionally, he falls short a lot. 9. Starting the Tournament of Power and angering the gods. The Tournament of Power happened for one reason. Goku wanted stronger opponents to fight. He went straight to his universe's god of destruction and pushed for the tournament to be held. And that's the only reason that historic event took place in the first place. But the consequence of Goku's brilliant idea was the potential destruction of 7 entire universes, a fate that was only avoided thanks to Android 17's final wish. Once again, Goku just wanted a challenge, but the price almost ended up being the annihilation of everything. Even with all these mistakes, Goku is still one of the most iconic anime protagonists of all time. But there's no denying it, he saved the universe, and he's also put everyone in danger more than once. Which mistake do you think was the worst?